25 years, that's amazing. Well, happy anniversary, Rock, Dalla, way to go. Whether it be from a property management standpoint, potentially from an investment standpoint, partnering with other groups. Obviously at the symposium we're talking about new construction, the demand for new construction, purpose-built rental product. And there's a very strong desire for a higher level of professionalism and capabilities, scope of services for many of those developers and many of the institutional investors within the country. So I think there's a great opportunity to work together to partner as we look to enter the market and explore those. I've enjoyed the relationship with Rock and Dalla. Great professionals, have a clear vision of the future and an industry that is evolving and changing, and from my perspective, you guys are on the cutting edge, and I think that's really refreshing. I attend a lot of conferences and symposiums around the U.S. and other places from an international standpoint. The ability to bring all the forces together, whether it be the finance, the ownership, the developers, the property managers, the municipalities, various elements, you can't change the market and evolve the market without a unified group effort. For a developer to stand up and say, you know, we need to make these changes, he could be a lone voice in the wilderness. But for the key players to come together in a symposium like this to speak to the opportunities and as an industry move forward, creates those opportunities, and it has a much higher ability to succeed. This is the first time I've attended the symposium. I was pleased to be asked to attend and also speak on a couple of the panels. Great group of people in terms of the mix of participants. The panels so far have been very good. A wide variety of topics and expertise. I think it's been good. And as I said to you before, it's one of the few conferences where they serve wine for lunch. But in seriousness, you know, it's just an opportunity to meet people. It's a very open forum, informal in terms of the break times and the opportunity to share ideas and different topics. But I think you can learn and you can meet people and you have input in the process. Whether it be the Rock side or the Dalla side, I've certainly stayed in touch with the organization. We've done a fair amount of what I'll call information exchange in terms of how things are done in the U.S. versus Canada. We relied on Dalla to give us some advice with regard to potentially entering the market. In terms of some of the players, there's been introductions made that have kind of gone, you know, across border both directions, which has been valuable, I think, to both of us, and continue to enjoy the relationship and anxious to see. The key element for the Canadian rental market to change, in my opinion, is the willingness to think outside the box, to think differently. I look around Toronto, I see all these fabulous condo buildings being built, and yet there's such a shortage of quality rental product in this marketplace. So having a mindset and a willingness to change the way business has been done, to look into the future, to look to other markets, whether it be the U.S. or other places where the purpose-built rental product has been very successful as a business model, but being willing to make those changes and being willing to step out a little bit. We know from a overall standpoint, whether it be the financial side, the asset management, the ownership side, the development side, we know from our model in the U.S. it works. We've had conversations in many other countries about bringing that model to other countries, and there's a strong desire, and the greatest opportunity to do that is in Canada.